Gyamfi, we are looking at him with an eagle eye. Mumye nyina yenye careful na asema mekan muntie ni. He went on a private mission.
Exactly.
He went out there. Maybe nim kwaso ni mania grada no da.
Also nim no da. First time on motion.
Na wayi sika every ne ka mu no wakan no de ama no. Yo musa ya hu Jesus Christ ebra man no koye yi no omo fo aba so omo koto abodo no. Wose mu wan na onye bone da onto bo mo ba no. People ebinu ya nim kofo mo ye party mo tam $50,000 to work behind the scenes. Stop talking about it. Stop talking about it. My brother, we will not support this. My friend, I didn't. He who comes to equity must come with clean hands. Me, I will say it, and I don't care who owns his dog. When it's dead on arrival. Sammy Gyamfi is dead on arrival. It's dead on arrival. Nobody has the moral right to attack that young man. Me, first person, I'm Sammy Gyamfi on UTV. Exchanges blows. I'm telling you, that gentleman will be any bit me attacking on this particular matter. I'm telling you, public official, evidence is so real sika. Who evidence? Bring it out. Let the special prosecutor deal with him. Young man, Sammy Gyamfi too. More $10,000 on yabi. What are you talking? $10,000 I say. More black run on your Sammy Gyamfi can have $10,000. What are you talking about? Nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. Nobody should go and attack the gentleman. There's nothing wrong. And I'll say it. Nothing wrong. And I will say it anywhere. There's nothing wrong.
Also, you see, Adiaba Kwayana,
politics. You're careful. You're careful where we want to trade on. Gold board documents can see be a pure. Says Sikabi Ayira. Yeah, budget, almost about 50,000 euros. Ayira ma gold will be a copy, baby. And Ochesikawa Bontina. That is a lead. That is a lead. Sometimes what one year in your doing.
Minimum Irajuma.
And that be 2% say. Jai,
minimum Irajuma.
That be a memeka someone. Yeah, presidential candidate Japan, Japan. Or then or Chessica man Crawford or Ren Crawford school fees. Now that you are better president. No be about no easy karma will be no be a coachano the ababe. We have to stop it right there. Stop it right there. Let's find an empirical evidence. Say Kwano, your man will real dream baby out here. What are you talking about? Why a young man at here, or a young man what did Muhammad bread, and people want to vilify him to get his job out of him. No, media obi koso I am there. Young men in all country, I know. Wa apologize to who said the youthful exuberance. In the full glare of the general public in our culture, maybe it's not good. We can vilify him on that grounds, but not.
And that's what we are talking about.
Well, but we shouldn't take it to that level.
But what is the chief of staff?
Sammy Gyamfi join chief of staff. We need the MWA. It's not going to help. Let the young man enjoy whatever. Let him enjoy.
What is President Mahama
code of ethics? Have you read the code of ethics?
Or say,
is there any proof to be a said yes, Sammy Gyamfi and it's against the code of ethics? Tell me, and I'll tell you.
Now, Obia, you say, men Jessica Crown nebo ebeso ebedu 20,000 as gift.
There be no GBB or J.
Na say ultimate for BB sana.
Now the maybe busa question say Sammy Gyamfi 2% chest onya 10,000 Ghana cedis and 20 Ghana 20,000. What are you talking about? Ye Jenica, go and check his salary. Nyoma ye the man on it, nyoma onyao. And why ye politics what dear chila kwa beya a bunch of medical TV so anya Land Cruiser no use Land Cruiser bako ye say or to position over no for Land Cruiser de buy. Menena ko radio so be 10,000 use Land Cruiser. What are you talking about? President Mama on share onya djuma kwa President Mama to tam $10,000 man. What are we talking about here? My brother, mummy nyai sa de no. Mummy nyai emwa abrantie no wa bresa oppositions afena wa benya baby asha said we obesan kwan kakra na busuafo so a benefit yenko ehon ya kunsu ni yinti wakasa ti akrofo yes on corruption base, and I agree on those people who think they can go back It hasn't got to that level.
Yes, Sisi Adapa there by. Obia who says Sisi Adapa ko Wieska. But the way you can't
compare oranges with apples.
And he's saying,
here is a case where a minister of state sika bebre asho no no report to ama police. Na police case abem na ye kana evidence abana special prosecutor abem na be public domain ye kan say it's a different thing altogether. Don't compare oranges to apples. There's a difference. Eh na Sammy Gyamfi sika she nem pass e no no aso obi awia e ba ko report no o che sika. O ti ase there we have an issue. Special prosecutor comes in, gold board, the amount so say that amount of money in the cross watch $10,000, $20,000. My brother Fatun chain. A new issue. It's not an issue. That boy can add a minute after plane. Minute new hopes in Adoye. You call UN General Assembly. You full opposition time not the business class. Now you're at the economy. What are you talking about? Yeah, what bam yet the economy. Yeah, what bam or your lawyer. Not yet the economy, not the business class. What are you talking about? Business class, I say. Bro, to me, I think me Ubusana as a political strategist. This is a dead on arrival. And we cannot capitalize on this to score political points. Oh, party move, you move there. Now, no, me abroad your own things about the country of Africa and Japan. Yet me, and no, you can't want someone in the baby cockle. Jai, young call. You deal with internal matters. We solve your problems. You want to say some more Casantu. I say your friend of Jasohan time Fiareho. Me say, one Jasohan time Fiareho. Kobusa Santini be or Titri. No chair was says a me Ozu and Pamabetans will say, as someone you could do Sammy Gyamfi as a way you showed you who your friend of Jasohan time Fiareho. If you knew it, oh sorry, Babeka, so be Jay. If you knew you, by a simple unity into Mamonka. Unity necessary, Yankasa necessary, Mintiazi.
MPP for Omodi Omai Super, or minimum senior Mamuti, sir. Say we are officer now to Kwaya. Per diem my Utreon, you in 12 cities. They know. Eti, Obi Bisa say, Sammy Gyamfi dollars were here. No, who said Nipano say, or never before. There be another Mukano. Look, ordinary person, can you problem, sir. Minority leader, Nenem Crawford. Minority caucus. Bisa say, with your dollars money. Multi parliament, Mutu Kwaya, your drum cities. And the dollars in your drum. So why should you be doing this? All because of politics. Look, do you know why? And at least some people will not get the chance to smuggle gold anymore.
That's all. They cannot go about that.
CG containers or mututo esika omunyaye. Ya de to gold. Ya papa to amonone. Oba no no kita esika pefu. Aban enyi bin film. Edi ade. Sanye mani nyina etutwa. Etu zo medi. Omunyedi. But ne eka nyina ne se. Yetu ekrafo. Sir. Ne yetu money sir. So yeah baba. Etinu yeah, Samuel Kuya candidate. Sir. Mona musu madam for the man, musu mona nkasa. Mona nkasa. Nyama bi ho ma abuso. But they make catch up points in Nani say. They should not entertain such a person closer to them. Anyway. Nobody. Woja, one kasa ana upo wayi. Na the next person, wa bebe na beba. Me say, Sadibano. Kobuhu eja meso gumiso se ye dia wo obi ani na wo de wo se eba still a wo be ma na ba be wo wani a.
I find no basis to really say he did anything wrong, and I explain. It's not wrong for anybody to give to anybody money. We do that every day. It's not wrong for you to possess dollars. Practically almost everybody I think I'm talking to right now may have $1 or two somewhere, or has held dollars at some point in his life. All right? But there's a legitimate concern. What's the quantum? $800, $2,000, whatever it is. How did Sammy Gyamfi just get money? Who is Sammy Gyamfi? When did he even start working? Yes, he's a 37-year-old young man. But if you don't know people's story, be patient. I think it's fair to ask, but don't assume graft. I know the access is acquired while in opposition. He's worked as a senior executive of Ghana's largest contract mining company. All right, respectfully, for somebody who was already living an affluent life before his appointment, I don't find it unreasonable for him to possess that quantum of US dollars. I may say that because you're a public official, you shouldn't be doing that and flaunting that. The Iranian president recently said that in terms of economic difficulty in any country, lavishness by public officials, even when it is with their own private resources, is indefensible. And to that extent, I agree that what he did was inappropriate. But let's not push the boundaries. He's apologized. He's realized what he did was wrong, was inappropriate. But don't assume he actually stole your money to do it. That is dishonor.
I'm sure by the time this administration is done, we'll have over 1,000 investigations. I think, look, this is a storm in a teacup. We are making a mountain out of a molehill. There's no need. There's no need. Look, I just see straight out a partisan agenda just to equalize with Sicily Adapa. Anybody who wants to find money, let's go back and solve the Sicily Adapa matter. That is what we should be solving, not this one. Look, this is Sammy Gyamfi who pays fees for his classmates, was running businesses, etc. I think that the way people are running him down, that he has not even worked, people forget that being a national communications officer of the biggest opposition party is a post. Look, Sammy Gyamfi would even earn more than a lot of us, right? So this thing, as I said, to be honest with you, I feel very insulted by certain pronouncement from some of the opposition elements. It's as if we are kids, we don't know anything. Oh, let's fund it. Me, I'm not funding this thing. I don't see anything wrong. I don't think President Mahama should waste his time doing any investigations. It's the Sicily Adapa one that we have to investigate. Let's be very frank. Because if for that money that they took from Sammy Gyamfi and we are going to have an investigation, then there will be 1,001. You've not even finished getting to the bottom of the Sicily Adapa matter. You are saying we should divert resources, attention, to go and investigate money that doesn't look like beyond the 3,000.
Debt for climate swaps can help countries finance resilience while easing repayment pressures. And Barbados has led the way in this, and Africa should learn and follow suit. Green and blue bonds must be scaled up across the continent to finance environmental protection, clean energy, and sustainable agriculture. Ghana is exploring these options alongside broadening the tax base, digitizing revenue collection, and enhancing domestic capital markets to reduce dependency on external borrowing. However, we must also acknowledge what is not working. And what is not working, the first is the G20 Common Framework remains slow and creditor-driven. Of the 5 African countries that applied, only 3 have seen material progress under this framework. The next is vulture funds and aggressive litigation undermines good faith and restructuring efforts. And the third is SGR reallocation remains far below the $100 billion pledge for Africa. These issues demand urgent multilateral reform, and Africa's voice must be heard at the table. Ladies and gentlemen, Ghana is committed to rebuilding its fiscal buffers, strengthening our institutions, and promoting inclusive growth. But our fiscal consolidation must not come at the cost of social protection. And so our strategy includes 3 of the following. 1, protecting investments in education, youth empowerment, and rural development. 2, enhancing debt transparency through the establishment of an independent fiscal council. And 3, expanding the role of the Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund to crowd in private capital. Our goal is not just to reduce our debts, it is to transform our economy. Debt must not erode our dignity or delay our development. It must finance opportunity and lay the foundation for intergenerational progress. So what is the continental call to action? This moment and this conference at Lomé must be the turning point. not only for Ghana but for Africa as a whole. I therefore join my colleagues in calling for 1. A common African position ahead of the 2025 G20 summit to demand timely, fair and transparent debt restructuring frameworks. 2. Standardized debt transparency benchmarks across the African Union. And 3. Integration of climate adaptation and sustainable development goals into our national debt strategies. And 4. And final, the full operationalization of the African Monetary Institute and the Pan-African Payment and Settlement System, PAPS, to reduce forex demands and burdens in our regional trade. In conclusion, how do we redefine Africa's debt narrative? Let us leave here with a renewed vision, a vision where debt is no longer synonymous with crisis, but with capacity, where our economies are built not on extraction and aid, but on innovation, value addition, and equity, and where we act not as debtors pleading for relief, but as partners demanding reform. Let us redefine the African debt narrative. Ghana stands ready shoulder to shoulder with our fellow African nations to champion this agenda. Let us walk this road together with courage, clarity, and commitment. Africa, united in vision and action, can overcome its debt challenges and deliver prosperity for generations of Africans yet to come.
Zeba TVXYZ baby awa wo hwe bibia wo sa wo tie power 97.9 FM memwakwaba ediba inside politics Wednesday's edition Jumedia wasugusi wonim say Ghana's biggest political platform Jumedia do riese ya free 3 akosi 6 obi ehwe ye inside politics the bro TVXYZ so enti bibia wo bia answer o teke mu wo fie wo adwuma mu bibia wo tie me bia no memwakwaba deba efi kesi so na me pacho bebre make out TVXYZ here was satellite platform no so multi TV strong wo kwa obetumi ehue ahwe wo so so na digital platforms na free to air no so obetumi ahwe wo so na bibia etumi akonkan so biom na ye call social media platforms na ye na wo so power 979 FM obetumi ahwe Facebook so na TV XYZ Ghana and so obetumi ahwe wo so TikTok and TikTok and social media platforms ye was so papa ye kwa YouTube so XYZ broadcasting and so between ahwesa dwumedi was so ma bibia etumi akonkan edia me so Nicholas ya owusiosen wo betumi afremike Nicholas me tema ma ye regular host Mugabe Mas Salifu Atankuruga Biga the Indian Bele man the Gumbe man himself bibi ntumi amba na say me fa na konya kese na metra so na menunu di dwumedi ti so moni mu di ne pepe nti free summary akosi 5:55 pm de bibia wo bia na hana Ghana kasa hana Ghana tie hana nsami na ye behwie gu ho pepe na we hu ma eko ende so guest omo dwumedi esi ebete honorable Alhaji Amadu Sorogo former member of parliament de Mamadina ye bete nka we fili kesi so saso na lawyer ni ma papa lawyer Wewe Brown ono so ye bete nka lawyer David Wewe Brown obeba o senior lecturer ATU ono so obeba dwumedi so a ye ne no ebedi enkomo papa and I Wednesday wa pomide ho nkomo ye no beko power specialist herbal hospital na ye ne omo so ekodi nkomo Dr. Heneba baba na nkomo ho bia so ode aboy papa ensem ho pa na imom mfase de PSC aseda modu wenfa mo twedi ampo nyankopon oni manche ye nim enyo no no de nda che ye mpo mewie abeto ya cheme ne wo
yeni ho yeni bi mu da sorry and pay and so yehwe omo ewie nowhere to be found be na domara kwa na so me ne so wa wo hwe mi aso ye so ma odi ndedu ya che ebiom memfe ma eye production team omo bo mechidom ma metumi betina di dwumadie no ma wo so weni tumeje ye inform educate to kama ma ne ma tumi konkan ma menko MCR na mentia na se mende omo ase Mr. Kelvin Asante, executive producer of the show. Mr. Kelvin Asante, Saso na ikwa sounder. Mr. Emmanuel Kisi or sound or ho. You be who Ralph Jampo onana or da MCR. Ejumani na or directly bibia ho. Mr. Ralph Jampo Abbas wo ho or Sofo Alex wo ho and sana miankasa minia aname bra menene kompa friend Peter ono so ho Peter ono so wo MCR ha wo mobo bibia kama pa. Yeba camera so a ube hu Willie wo ho Willie so menene ku yo Chelsea ni me Liverpool ni oba kwa menene ko ha ansana ye wo sofo ankasa so a sofo kra na didi sofo Prince say sia mega chapel ho no wo no so ha na Kofi Asante so ne nemu sa say sia ado adani patrol team member onam krom sa nti de eteno no ye ba omo so omo amam ho ayefa Lizzy menua Lizzy Tego endra na nti apon de me hu se Lizzy nya ahoden papa nti Lizzy ene nua ba gifty omuso esiesie me kama ma mebetumi abetena ha me no bedi idwumedie no once again you're from Nicholas ya who's your son obetumi afrem King Nicholas the chief a driver and sembebre ho aye ba na ye bedi enkomo na sesi ade Ghana ekekoko no Ghana aye de Ghana aye fe na enidaso ho wo hwe aban His Excellency John Dramani Mahama kwan a wafa so a odi ose ye no reset Ghana man niema ekono bradwe ne ntiase so ye mama mboefo kwan momo ma say reset na ye reset mine no nti de eteno no ne otene no papa we chemo Accra Metropolitan Assembly wo kwese the new mayor of Accra na the mayor of Accra honorable Michael Ni Papo Alote memo akwa bo so be ma Accra aye clean the papa wa shase odi dwuma no onimde na owo kene talk minim so betumi aye on executive secretary Alfred Kwame Frimpong omuna michichi mo papa maminchia Mr. Dr. Gazy and I say Dr. Albert Gazy former chief fire officer michichi and papa your friend na no kufuja ukodua nkwanta ono so nana michichi prepare me bedi enkomo enti baby away there baby ameka chon say welcome to inside politics you wa say be dedicate na inform ma ekobia. Now, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama asamba ko mo katre yen say on my Ghana ye man anyame ehira ye nti former gudi a ye friend sika kokko ye kan gold e ya de anyame e de am my Ghana pa na gold na chi nyina no ene my producers of gold ye to South Africa His Excellency John Dramani Mahama key over na chese o my Ghana ye to me beda wiasa fenina enti ye ka wiasa fenina country says ya gold o to me produce ye papa me pacho bebre ye o my Ghana na ansana obafu bendra no da sembi by say be here say ye gold no so ye be ye ne te say how ye cook board no ye benya gold board no matumi regulate kwanya e be fa so e beton ekwan ebe fa so ayebeto ekwan ebe fa so ebedi adwuma nyina no ya ade a omaka omo twa ne ho ahia nimdi ne ntete omo wonti we ye Ghana's gold board enti gold board na se hia no ye si epomo ye be me smugglers ni bi nemu a make say yenya gold smugglers omo smuggle gold na national security ni gold board aka bom etumi